snip in.
Glug, 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 glug. All right.
Hey, Zach, welcome to Pop Culture Unboxing.
Zach, he's talking to you.
Zach, come on.
Zach,
Zach?
are you going to let this joke go on for way too long
I
with
think
the
he
last
is.
one?
I think he is. He's just going to sit there silently like he did last episode.
I was talking about you, but okay.
All right, come on.
Fine. We'll start over.
No, we're
Sorry.
not. We're not starting over. No,
take
we're not.
two.
This is the episode.
Take
We're already in
two.
it. We're already in it, Ryan.
Okay.
Zach's not here again.
Yeah.
Where is he, Ryan?
Fishing. He's still fishing.
Wow.
This is the.
I hope he brings us some.
He'll be back next episode.
You think he's going to bring us like some fish and chips?
Probably not. He doesn't even think about us when he's not here.
That's true.
Man hates us.
He probably even forgot about the podcast already.
Yeah, we're never going to see him again. Which
No.
means this podcast is going to go down in quality because he's missing.
It'll be sad. We'll just get my dad to be a permanent character.
He practically is.
He is. He's been
He's
on enough of them already.
Practically. When we don't know what to talk about, we just summon your dad in.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's our get out of jail free card.
Exactly. You spelled progression wrong.
I probably spelled a lot wrong because I was doing this.
We're looking at the thing here for tie intersector. It's a T-shaped TIE fighter.
Ooh.
Could you imagine that? We're looking at the notes for the episode because we do that. We're a professional podcast.
You still haven't introduced us to the show.
That's Ryan.
Hi everybody, I'm Ryan.
That's Ryan.
Who are you?
I'm Matt.
Welcome to Pop
Allegedly.
Culture Unboxing. Allegedly? Did you change your name?
Not to your knowledge.
Okay. Matt,
Yeah. Allegedly.
PlayStation 5 stuff happened.
I know.
Did you know?
And leaks that may or may not be true happened.
Which are you talking about the price? So
Also, it's massive.
yeah,
It is huge.
I said to Robin last night that we're not going to fit in the TV stand.
No, I
we have to
guarantee you're
buy a
not.
new TV stand.
It's legitimately like this tall based on like comparisons of disk drives.
Yeah, they said it's an extra. It looks like what that image says, it's like an extra 2 inches of what the current PlayStation 4 is in lengthwise.
No way.
That's what they.
It's bigger. Remember how big the original PS3 was?
Yeah,
If you laid it on its side and added like 2 inches to it, that's
Yeah.
about how tall it is.
yeah.
It is massive.
But and it looks futuristic. But
And I assume the digital version's the same size, just without a disk drive, or is it
not
smaller?
really, because the disc drive, it's like your choice, and like it has like the disc drive has a booty. The other one does not. It's like flat.
Okay.
Flat booty, big booty.
And who's gonna buy the disc drive one these days anyway?
Me.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I still like. I would use it for the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray movies.
Okay, that's
because
fair.
I still buy those.
Am I the only one who's still sketched about like putting discs in sideways?
Why would you put the disc in sideways?
Because that's how the console stands. It stands upright, doesn't it?
Well, you can lay it down on its
can
side
you?
too. Yeah, you can.
Every picture is made it look like it's an upright.
Yeah,
console.
because that's the only way it would look really cool. Like it would look
Okay.
really stupid on its side. So
that's how it's gonna look.
yeah, that's how I'm gonna.
But seriously, am I the only one that's sketchy too?
I don't know a lot. I know people that do that with their Xboxes.
I know, but it's so sketchy. I don't know.
Weird. But
Maybe I'm just like, it's from all the old PCs that I would have like on their side, and then the disc drive, like you'd put it on there and then hold it on until it goes in all the way, and then hope that it doesn't slide off.
yeah, and scratch your disc.
Yeah.
To crap. Well, real quick, do you want to clarify what you're talking about? How the price?
PlayStation 5. Oh, yeah. So it leaked on PlayAsia, I think was the website at first, and it had a price tag of $799 for the disc drive version.
So that seems to have been debunked by. Yeah. So we don't know. So a lot of people are throwing out prices just as like some people that do not like PlayStation.
Yeah.
They're throwing prices out. The one that I saw was apparently a leak on Amazon Paris or Amazon France.
Paris is in France, yeah.
France. The French
Geography.
Amazon French.
Okay.
French, whatever it is. French Amazon leaked the price out on accident supposedly, and it's diskless drive with no disk drive. It's $399 and then $499 for the disc
That
drive.
makes sense. Which $100 for a disc drive?
It's a Blu-ray Ultra HD disc drive.
Still.
I mean, they got to make some money off this thing anyway. So
I mean, I guess. but yeah.
Yeah. So,
But I think that's going to be the norm. Is after this generation, the non-disc drive is going to be the normal one.
yeah,
And it
which
kind of already
GameStop
is.
is probably crapping bricks at this moment in time. But
Dude, so speaking of the GameStop, you and I just pre-ordered the Destiny 2 Beyond Light Stranger Edition.
I don't even play Destiny that hardcore. I just saw the statues.
Yeah, I know. I figured, which is
a
available
statue.
for pre-order at GameStop right now. Is it bad that when I was pre-ordering it, I was legitimately concerned that I might not get it because GameStop might not be a thing by September?
That's my biggest fear since I've pre-ordered Cyberpunk. Like when Cyberpunk got delayed to September,
Yeah.
I was depressed because I'm not getting this collector's edition.
I know.
It's not happening.
I'm so concerned.
I'm not getting my Cyberpunk statue.
I know.
But
And I'm not going to get my Stranger statue.
supposedly we're going to get it.
Okay.
So far,
Because it's not GameStop making it. They're just distributing it.
yeah.
So I'm hoping that because Numskull is the one, NUMSKULL, are the ones actually making and distributing the statue, or making and sending out the statue.
Yeah.
And then GameStop is distributing it. I'm hoping that if GameStop does go under, Numskull will still honor those pre-orders.
I would assume that even I believe that they would do it. I know CD Projekt Red definitely would because they are.
Well, they're cool.
It would be so shocking if they didn't just give it to you.
Well, I paid $140 for it, or $130. So
well, not yet because the money doesn't get pulled out of your account until it ships. But
anyway,
that's
not the only PlayStation 5 news, Ryan.
What's the other PlayStation 5 news?
There's games on it.
Oh, do you want to know my reaction to the first game that appeared?
Wait,
or the second game?
I did. So I didn't catch the stream. I missed it.
I did. The first game.
The first game was
Grand Theft Auto 5.
All right.
It was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay,
but
come on.
And I was like,
make another one.
I saw it. I was like, I'm not gonna. Okay, maybe I might not buy this PlayStation. The next game they showed off was Spider-Man Miles Morales, and instantly I was like, "Yep, I bought it. It's mine now."
Is it a sequel to Spider-Man?
So no, it's not a sequel. It's a standalone game.
Yeah.
So most likely, what's going to happen is this is going to take place in between Spider-Man 1 and 2. This is like its own side story of Miles.
As in Spider-Man Spider-Verse 1 and 2?
No, it's like Spider-Man PS4 1 and 2.
Okay.
Because there's a sequel to Spider-Man PS4 being.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
So
I just didn't know if it was the Miles one or not.
Miles Morales is definitely it takes place. It's the Miles Morales from the first Spider-Man game, but
yeah,
it's taking place being him.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I didn't hear anything about God of War from that one, so
no. But it's also a holiday release, so apparently it could be a console launcher. So I'll be happy. So that's why I'm going to buy it.
Oh yeah, no, with the publicity Spider-Man got, it'll absolutely be one of their launch titles.
Yeah. Horizon.
If not its own version, like you'll get the Spider-Man version of the PlayStation.
We got Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yeah, I still haven't played that one.
I'll let you borrow it if you want. It's fun. It's an alright game. Ratchet and Clank.
Heard about that one.
And the moment Ratchet and Clank trailer came out, instantly memes started showing of the female character on like Rule 34 artists.
Yes,
that looks like a job for me.
Someone on my Discord server last night pointed out that like they're on some Rule 34 site. They said that 26% of all new art created since the PlayStation 5 reveal had the new female character in it.
They're animals.
Yeah,
it's
animals. Wild. The turnaround is so quick. They were looting PS5 the minute it was announced. Like, have you seen the pictures of the controller? What some people have done to it?
Yeah, I saw the
horrifying.
I saw on Memes a lot of looting of the PlayStation.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I saw a really funny one.
The term looting, for those of our audience that don't know,
LEWDING.
Yes, it is taking something that is non-sexual and making it look sexual. Typically involves making an anime girl version of it.
Or it just taking a normal anime girl and making her looting her.
It's taking anything and making it sexier.
Yeah. Usually
using anime.
Usually looks like an anime girl.
Yeah. Which makes it weirder.
But I'm gonna buy
that totally derailed Ryan. He was.
I was gonna talk about. There's a meme. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, I remember.
Are we becoming a meme review?
It was the Expo. Don't say meme review. Don't say that.
No, we're not. I don't want to.
There's a certain someone who might come down and sue us, and he's a billionaire. So.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't want to do it. He doesn't have it copyrighted.
Who knows anymore? But Lil Y. They made a meme of the Xbox Series X, and then they turned it into a trash can and then threw the PlayStation in it. So it was like the PlayStation inside the trash can. Oh my God.
Did you see that comparison to go back to the disc drive, though? Someone took all the consoles, including the new ones, and compared them against each other's disc drives and scaled them appropriately.
That's inappropriate.
The new Xbox is just about the same size as the Xbox One.
Really?
Yeah, it's not much bigger.
Oh, good.
So
Except,
just squarer.
Well, it stands like it when it stands up, it's taller.
Yeah,
but that's how it comes. It's supposed to be stood up like that.
Yeah, but which is they've been designing these flat consoles for how long, and now they're deciding to shake it up.
Gotta change.
They're trying to look like PCs, is what they're doing.
It just makes me mad that the Xbox is also Xbox Series X.
Is that the official name?
Yeah, Xbox Series X, and then there's rumors you're gonna have an Xbox Series S. Well, guess what? We already had that with Xbox One X and Xbox One S. Like, what are you doing?
They need to figure it out.
But that wasn't the only thing that launched.
There's more.
To continue our trend of only talking about either Marvel, DC, or Star Wars.
It is a problem for our show.
Yeah, something got leaked. Don't worry, I'm going to fix it. I fixed it today.
Okay.
I fixed it today. But I have to talk about a new game got leaked, and then EA was like, well, now we have to show our trailer.
Yeah.
Star Wars Squadrons. You ever played the original Squadron games?
Rogue Squadron?
Yeah.
I love Rogue Squadron. It's one of my favorite Star Wars games of all time.
So this one's going to be
I'll tell you this. Controls like crap on modern hardware.
Oh, I bet.
That game was made for, if not a joystick, then using a trackball mouse.
Oh, really?
On the lowest DPI, on the lowest sensitivity, if I just move my mouse an inch or two, it turns the screen 360. It is not made for the sensitivity of modern equipment at all.
Well...
But it's still
I'm glad
a blast.
That you're bringing up that game because there is some differences between that and this.
I imagine since that game came out in '94, I think.
So where that game was third person, this is
'96.
Basically, what this is, I have 10 things.
I'm sorry, did you say fourth person?
No, it's the third person.
Yeah, it is third person.
Anyway, I have 10. I have so since it's released, I scoured the internet and found 10 things that I felt were necessary or needed to be known. Thank you for a bunch of people who were nice enough to put
sources in there,
to put these in a video together so that I had them all together in front of me and I didn't have to work hard. So one of the first things,
the first one here, I want to talk about once you say it.
The first one, so the original one was like a third person type of third
This
person.
is supposed to be the evolution of Rogue Squadron,
This is
right? Not TIE Fighter and X-Wing?
No, I think this is this is a whole different thing. It's not
I know.
But yeah, I guess you could say it's like a sort of like Rogue Squadron, but
it's not though. Say the first thing on this list.
So it's a first person game.
Yes, which Rogue Squadron was third person. TIE Fighter and X-Wing, which came before Rogue Squadron, were first person.
Yeah.
Which, in watching the trailer, I very much got the vibe that this is a spiritual successor to TIE Fighter and X-Wing. Two separate games. Star Wars TIE Fighter and Star Wars X-Wing.
Yeah, but it's like
some of the first Star Wars games
together,
right?
though. They're bringing them together in a way.
Yeah, which you do.
Obviously.
So those are the first real Star Wars games, weren't they? TIE Fighter, I think in particular, was like one of the first PC.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it was that Gungan one.
No,
rebuild a Gungan society. No, obviously it wasn't. That was the first one.
No, because they were coming out all through the 90s.
Or
actually, Dark Forces.
Technically, the first one was the Empire Strikes Back cartridge, where
you're right.
Made the joke that is like you could say it's bird versus camel, and no one could argue with you because the creature you could never tell what was going on.
Yeah, you're right. I think TIE Fighter was the first one that really gained any traction.
Yeah, because you got to play the bad guys.
Yeah, and I think Dark Forces was the one that really catapulted Star Wars games to where they are now.
Yeah. So a second thing that I have on this is has VR will be included in PC and PS4 versions of this.
That makes sense.
I
guess screw you, Xbox
So
users.
the question that I have about this is I don't know what this. I wonder, is this just like just like a crappy add-on that someone just added, or did they actually flesh this out and it feels like
it wouldn't be too hard in a first-person flight sim game? VR is just like...
That's the question. Is this a flight sim, or is it just you basically putting on a helmet and you can look around, but you still have to use a controller?
I guarantee you still have to use a controller.
That's so when they say...
So you're asking if they'll include flight sim controls?
Yeah, basically is what, like, if it's going to be VR,
did
they go full... I don't think they would have, because...
Well, don't a lot of normal flight sim controls just remap, like they're mapped like pushing this throttle is the same as moving the joystick in this direction.
Yeah, I think that you can do that. I just wonder if you can have
Which most people are going to do is they're going to play VR with the controller in their hands.
Yeah, that's true.
But then they'll be able to look around their cockpit, see there will probably be extra windows added to like the X-Wing is the full canopy. So you'll be able to look up and look around to the sides.
So another thing about this is that it is they have full crossplay available. So
again, that makes
PC,
sense.
PlayStation, Xbox, all playing with each other.
That makes sense too, because it's not technically a first-person shooter in the same way that because it's more of a flight sim shooter.
Yeah. So the only thing that people have said that they are a little worried about is that it's easier to cheat on PC than it would be to cheat on console.
Okay. People are gonna hate me for this, and I've caught flack for saying this before. I will tell you in one easy step how you fix cheating in PC games.
What?
Region lock China.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
In every game they've done it, it's worked very well. Because the vast majority of cheats and cheaters come out of China.
Wow.
It's just the facts.
I guess. That just, boy, caught me off guard.
Yeah. No, that's how you do it.
Excuse me.
Plus, it's not, but in the end, it's not the same as like, which Call of Duty does it. Call of Duty crossplay.
Yeah.
Because keyboard and mouse has a distinct advantage. And keep in mind, keyboard and mouse support, I believe, is coming to the PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Already there for the Xbox.
Yeah.
Right now. And
then if you're on an animal, you can get a Zim for the PlayStation, but it's horrible.
Second little thing that we found out about this is that there's a progression system, and this is not going to be like Battlefront where it was pay to win. The progression system in this is pretty much just moving up in the ranks, but you unlock different cosmetics for not only your character, what your character is wearing, for the outside and inside of your ship.
Yeah.
But you also get weapons, and you unlock to upgrade your weapons and improve weapons on how you. Basically, it's pretty much Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Just
with spaceships.
Yeah.
My question is, if they say moving up the ranks, at what point do I get to fly a Star Destroyer? Keep in mind,
would be crazy.
Absolutely, if I get this game, I will be playing the Empire without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like the Empire.
So we'll get to that because
the Empire did nothing wrong.
I'll explain to you how you're gonna have no choice but to play both.
Okay.
Everything is unlocked through playing the game. There's no loot boxes, no and they claim there's going to be no microtransactions in this.
How did they say that? Let me guess. They said there will be no microtransactions at launch.
No. So the way they said is like they are keeping microtransactions out of this game.
Okay.
That's their plan, supposedly.
You'll have to buy the microtransactions outside of the game.
Yeah. So this was like from screenshots that we found. We can see what kind of ships, what we may see. So, on the New Republic side, we will see the Y-wings, X-wings, A-wings, and U-wings. And on the Empire, you'll see TIE fighters, TIE interceptors, and TIE bombers.
But in that trailer, we also saw a TIE striker, right? Is what that's
yes,
called?
but I think that's going to be like an escort thing.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to be,
because those were troop carriers, even in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Which is what confused me about U-wings. I brought this up to you before the show. Is obviously Y-wings, they are slow but pack a punch. Mm-hmm. X-wings are in the middle. A-wings are fast, but they're not very powerful.
Yeah.
What role does a U-wing fill in a space battle? Because it's a troop carrier.
To carry troops, they launch troops they launch them at them now.
So is that what you do? So maybe
they put spacesuits on, then they launch them at the TIE fighters, and they take over the TIE fighters, and then
is that how that works?
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Okay, I'll take it.
You know, what did Ahsoka say in the end of? Oh, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Anyway, multiplayer in this is 5v5. It's basically you'll have 2 game modes. This is 7 and 8. We have 2 game modes that we know for sure. Fleet battle, which is all you do is just destroy the other team's capital ship.
Yep.
And then dogfight, which is like team deathmatch, but you know.
So they were both things we had in Battlefront 2 for PS2.
Yes. But it's not a multiplayer only story. As they were quoted, a EA representative was quoted as say, Star Wars Squadrons will also feature a single player story that brings you to the events
you
following.
Want me to read this quote?
Oh no,
You're having
it's
trouble
fine.
here, Ryan.
I just realized like I must have been typing this and it like auto corrected when I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, basically it brings you the events following the Battle of Endor when the Rebel Alliance has just successfully killed the Death Star.
Which
2.
is what Battlefront did. Battlefront 2
yes.
did, right?
Yes.
Or Battlefront.
That's the story Battlefront. Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Okay. So, that brings up something I want to hear. Is in Battlefront 2,
Yes.
we were going to get a story about the Empire. This person whose life, like, they saw the Death Star blown up and they're like, man, those rebels suck. Those terrorists suck. But by the end of the game, she becomes a rebel. I'm like, no, give
3
me
missions in.
Give me an Empire, a game where the Empire is like believes they're the good guy the whole way through. Give me a game where the Empire sees these terrorists blow up their family and decides to join the Imperial Navy to fight these terrorists. So the whole way through, play it straight.
So sort of that's what you're going to see.
I want to see that.
You're going to see is like the Empire that you're fighting with pretty much are the Empire till the end.
Okay, good.
So in this, there's basically 2 characters of the story, as you see in the trailers. It's not really so at least what we hear is it's not going to be picking between. It's not going to be picking between. Oh, I'm going to be the Empire this time. So the story, you play both. You jump from both sides. So it's basically getting like probably the same main event, but you see it from 2 sides of the story.
So I'm going to put the link to the trailer in the show notes. Did the main Empire dude look like Cal Kestis to you?
No.
He looked a little bit like him.
I don't think so.
Go back and check after the show.
I'll have to look.
I think he looked a little bit like him. Cal Kestis is the main character of
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, yeah.
Also, they claim that you'll see original characters as well as some familiar faces, but we don't really know what that means.
I guarantee you're going to see the girl from Battlefront 2.
Maybe, yeah.
She'll probably give like an inspirational speech or something.
There is, and I thought the woman from Rebels that flies the main ship.
Hera.
Yeah, so you might see her in it.
She was in the Battle of Endor.
Because they see her in the background.
Yeah.
It looks like they see her in the background of the trailer.
That makes sense.
You
would have to see her kid too. Her and spoiler alert, major spoiler alert for Rebels. You get to see her kid.
Yeah.
Probably. With his green hair.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about all that.
Yeah.
They're re-releasing the whole Rebels cast. They're re-releasing them in Black Series figures, 6-inch figures. But they changed the box of the Black Series now, and it has like a cool art side of them, and they all attach together.
Okay.
So it looks pretty cool.
That's pretty dope.
I'll show it to you. But
all right, let's read the last
one. The
one.
last one here is it's releasing on all platforms October 2nd, 2020 at $40, and we will see gameplay sometime today, Thursday, June 17th.
I will catch that probably.
Yeah.
Because that's exciting.
Because Star Wars.
Actually, no, I probably won't. I'll be asleep most of the day tomorrow.
I mean, you have nothing better to do because COVID still locks us in the doors.
I mean, so to actually continue a little bit of Star Wars, I don't have a link for this. I'll probably try to find one for the show notes. If I don't, just take my word for it. Dave Filoni has been tapped to head all live action productions for Disney Plus.
I heard
all live action Star Wars productions.
I heard this. Which is weird. It's so funny because there was somebody that made a meme just ask that it was like a meme I saw on Reddit that they were like someone what I feel like when I realized Kathleen Kennedy still has not made Dave Filoni like creative director of all Star Wars.
He's getting there.
And now the next day I find out he is.
Yeah, which is exciting. Which means he's heading obviously Mandalorian, but now also
Obi-Wan, Ahsoka.
Is Ahsoka getting something other than the Mandalorian?
Ahsoka's getting the whole show.
Is she?
Yeah.
Live action?
Yeah.
Oh, with Rosario Dawson, I see.
Yeah, supposedly. That's what people have been like gawking about it, that they're setting her up.
But then that means but I mean, the big thread we have to chase with her then is her and Sabine looking for Ezra and Thrawn.
That's why we think we're getting, there's been a lot of talk of Thrawn as well.
I know.
And a lot of it's the same way like what Disney's doing with Darth Revan right now.
Yeah.
The fact that they just randomly out of nowhere decide to release the old Jedi figure, like a 6-inch figure of Darth Revan, and then they're also releasing his lightsaber for you to buy. So that happened, and everyone's like, "What's this about?" And then they're like, "Oh, we're doing the High Republic." They're like, "Why? Why are you doing the High Republic? What do you?" So we might. I can't guarantee that, but there's a lot of belief.
You know what villain we should see in the High Republic? I don't know if they were around for the same time period.
Who?
Aboleth.
I don't know.
I don't think her and Revan were around at the same time, though.
I don't think so. Well, no, because
What were they?
No.
Because I don't think they were.
I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah.
I was thinking of because
Aboleth was way before.
Yeah, because Revan's master, like his Jedi master, was who I was thinking of. She turned to the dark side.
Yeah.
But
Revan's wild. Like that would be such a cool story.
That is a really cool story. I don't
For Star Wars, for people who don't really know, you don't have to correct me on a lot of this. Revan didn't fall to the dark side in a traditional way. He was a wound in the Force, basically.
Yeah.
Like, what does Qui-Gon say at one point, or at some point in episode 1? He's a virgins.
Yes. Revan is so crazy because they kind of added to his story before Disney did the full takeover. Like EA added to Revan's story in a DLC for the Star Wars for their MMO, that Star Wars MMO,
Old Republic,
where you fight like Revan at the end of it. And Revan apparently decided that he wanted to kill the Sith Emperor, so Revan was killed, and with the sheer will. Because he wanted to kill this person so bad, he was able to cheat death, split himself in dark and light, and be two basically Force ghosts that met and then came together, and then he resurrected his own body only on his will. Nothing to do with Force. Yeah. Revan was just so bad.
For a long time, he didn't have a body. He was just the armor he wore.
Yes.
And he was literally a wound. Like, don't they describe it sometimes in the books that like being near him feels like being in like a black hole?
Yeah, because he doesn't feel like he's human anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like he was what he was. I mean,
and if you want to read, I'm not going to talk anything really about it. If you want to read some wild Star Wars lore, read about the Aboleth.
Yeah. I would like to see all
which is totally non-canon now.
I would love to see that all in movies. Cause
that would Aboleth would be terrible. That'd be
that's
a horror
why I don't
movie.
think they'll ever really make a Revan movie because there's too much to live up to.
No,
and it's too dark.
And it comes to the whole thing of like, as much as I want this whole Empire thing, like Empire being the good guys the whole way through, Disney won't do it because it disrupts that whole nice and black and white thing. Like the First Order. I watched a video on this. Ideology of the First Order by Lindsay Ellis. Great video on YouTube. And her channel is amazing. Like she's one of those YouTube video essayists, and her stuff is spectacular. I highly recommend it. But she did one video where she tried to break down what is the ideology of the First Order beyond that they're space fascists.
I don't know.
Exactly. There's nothing indicating it. They're literally they want to take over and blow things up for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird that like you can buy all this merch of space fascists, where like you buy the pillows and stuff with the First Order logo, which is not unakin to buying a swastika logo. Because they are space fascists. And the movie especially Force Awakens, tries as hard as it can to make them look like Nazis without calling them Nazis. And then they march through Disneyland.
Isn't it so weird that we like a lot of people that I know that are Star Wars fans, like that's their favorite. They're like, I love the Empire. The Empire and the First Order, like
the Empire was a lot less nebulous. The First Order is more explicitly a fascist organization. But the Empire arguably did bring stability to a lot of the galaxy.
Yeah, they just did it with fear and lots of blood.
But no, they even say Moff Tarkin in the first one says the local governors are left up to themselves. So they let each system kind of govern itself, which honestly set up the groundwork for the New Republic to succeed. Yeah. When they decided to let everyone build their own navies, the groundwork was already kind of there from the Empire. The Empire were not necessarily bad guys.
Yeah.
But the First Order are just evil for the sake of evil.
I think it's because in Disney's world, that's what it is.
Exactly.
There is good and evil. There's no... I think that's exactly why we didn't get Duels of Fate. The Duel of the Fates or whatever the original was supposed to be called. Was it supposed to be called the actual Duel of the Fates?
Duel of the Fates is the music from...
Yeah, but that's what the ninth movie was supposed to be called, right? Was it Duel of the Fate?
I don't think so. I think that rumor came from the fact that they used a different version of Duel of the Fates in a trailer.
Okay. I thought that's what it was originally supposed to be called. But let's please get away from Star Wars because I don't want to.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Star Wars is great.
I know, but
we can talk about
we're not a Star Wars podcast,
right.
and I've worked really hard to find funny stories to talk about.
Okay, then let's talk about something that isn't.
Give some entertainment.
That isn't Star Wars.
So I tried to set us up with this COVID as give a good. So basically, Matt, do you still work from home?
Yeah.
You still wear a mask
No. Well, yeah.
when
I
we go
out.
outside? Yeah, because of COVID. It sucks. Well, what if I told you that that this company that normally has everything to do with raids, with going on raids and everything.
Raids?
Raves. I'm sorry. Raves.
Okay.
We'll go do raves.
So wait.
What if I told you
I want to
that
bring
they
this up.
created a
I'm
solution?
going to link to this. You're telling me this has no relation to the game Manhunter or Maneater?
No.
Look up the game Maneater and its logo.
Man-eater.
Is it? Yeah. Look up the logo for this game.
The shark fangs?
The mouth. I thought that this microshell thing was in relation to it somehow.
No.
They look so similar.
Anyway, this company is called Production Club.
You just let that go.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would say like, wow, those do look similar, Matt.
I mean, they do, I guess. I don't think they really do, but sort of. They're both Jaws,
whatever.
I guess. But
yeah, I guess.
I feel like this is the suit for you, Matt.
So
Why
me?
I'm going to get there.
Okay.
We're going to get there. So this is pretty much what I believe is every gamer's fantasy when it comes to like true gamer costume to wear to fight COVID.
Okay.
So this company called Production Club, which handles most in like decorations for raves, they decided, I'm sick of not having raves, man. So we need to create something that'll let us have raves. So let me show you this beautiful costume that they have created. This is a full suit. It's a full suit to fight COVID. Sure. So let me just give you a little look at that. So you got these pinks, these blues, it's gray. So how I can
in a fanny pack.
I don't really know.
You do.
Let me go ahead and explain. So basically, this is a full body suit that will help you fight COVID. That basically is how you keep COVID from getting in.
Yeah.
Fun fact that I found out: this suit actually still allows you to do the nasty with other people.
Of course,
they created the ability to do that, but it also does everything. So let me give you.
Of course it does.
So here we have an overview of the actual suit. Let me give you a little rundown of what's all in it. So first, in the top part of the visor,
this will be linked in the show notes.
Yeah, you have
read along.
Sensor and info LEDs.
Okay.
So basically, what these do is to just sense where everyone's around. You've got speakers in the back so that you can hear what people are saying to each other.
Okay.
You can also focus on individual people. You can do whatever.
Because why not?
Yeah. You have RGB light strips that are dimmable and customizable from a console, which is your phone.
Yep.
You have a camera in the front, which also helps with taking your photos and just filming at that rave, man, or when you're doing some hot gamer moments.
Yep.
And then you have a subwoofer system built in to the shoulders and the back.
Okay.
And then you have some.
So here's my immediate concern
NFC
with
link
this
pouches.
Go ahead. My immediate concern with this. Every one of these is a CGI render. Where's the actual suit?
Well, I'm just saying, this is what they're coming up with, man. They're in the process.
Okay.
This is being
Are
made.
they?
I'm gonna.
So by
buy
the time
one.
it's in production, it'll be over and done with.
We don't know. So in the back, it has a nice air ejection system from the top of the head. Get that fresh air in and get rid of that bad air. Get rid of the bad air. You have.
Can I guess the price tag already?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna guess this is about $15,000.
Nope. Has adjustable straps.
Is it more?
No, it's cheaper. This is supposed to be affordable for everybody.
Okay, 10 grand.
Nope.
5 grand.
Lower. I don't know because they didn't put a price.
$200.
They didn't put a price tag on it. Anyway.
No, I guarantee you this thing will come out to be about $15,000.
You have a cell link pouch and a glove latch. Don't really know what any of that stuff does, but we get a nice little a photo here of what it would look like with you in it. Has a microphone so that you can talk to people. Has the nice airflow. But Matt, here's the thing that I thought was really important. So you've got a supply nozzle that reaches down to these two cans, right?
Yep.
And this is your supply system main unit. So what it is you put you can put whatever these cans are, what you would think of fresh air. No, my friend, they're not. One of them is a vape canister, so you can still vape. And the other one is a drink, so you can take in your nice gamer fuel or
why wouldn't they be?
Anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get you get your vape flavors. You just put them in. You start vaping.
Of course.
And if you're going to tell me this isn't a real gamer move, come on. This is a gamer suit. So here we got a little bit more of the features. So We've got some voice communication in this, a wireless voice communication system based on physical proximity and orientation, privacy-driven communication system based on the user-defined rules for social interactions. Options include everyone can speak to you, only certain groups of people can speak to you, and specific people you select based on social proximity.
Okay, that's where it seems a little sketch to me. Is I get everyone can speak to you, and I get proximity, but only certain people.
You know why this? You know what this is designed for?
What?
This is so that they can have raves again. So if you're in a loud club, you can tone out the rest of the sound around you and pick people, and you can hear what they say.
Yes,
it allows you to talk to each other at a rave. That's all this thing does.
I mean, unless what it's saying is that it's your friends also in the suit on the same radio frequency.
I would maybe since it's app controlled on an app on your phone, maybe you and your friends somehow are rich enough to afford this suit. You all can.
Yeah, no, this suit is.
I've
seen less advanced suits than this for a mocap suit that has some similar stuff to this is $20,000. The XSense. This is I might be lowballing it with $15,000 for this. This is not made for you and I or the average rave goer.
No, this is for this is for the DJs.
Yeah.
When people have see, the thing is, I can see someone going out and buying this thing.
No, where I see it getting wild is all the proprietary stuff that's going to have to go into, especially the helmet area, all the RGB, the canisters. That's where things are going to get really expensive.
Yeah. I wonder if you can find anything else.
What is this place actually released?
All of this stuff. So
they just do decoration.
Yeah. So basically, they create the decorations for like rave shows and specialty shows.
So then they have good suppliers for LEDs and stuff like that. Sure. So they're going to save money on delivering that to you.
Maybe
the rest of it though,
speakers and stuff. That's a good one.
Maybe, but on that scale, I don't know.
No, there's no way this is going to come out. There's another suit.
It's a concept. It's the same as all those concept cars you see that are impossible.
Yeah. No, I lost it. But
and that was probably not very interesting because it was just us looking at pictures and commenting on them. Again, there will be a link in the show notes.
Yeah,
I highly recommend you open up this link.
Look, man, I'm trying my best to describe it to people.
It looks like a spacesuit from like what the people in the 50s thought we would wear to space today.
I figured that people would see if I talked about what is included in a spacesuit that looks like it's from Prometheus. Yeah. To be put.
It's one of those ones where like the only really real tech is in the shoulders and the head.
Yeah, it's stupid.
The chest.
It's so stupid, but I thought it was funny and cool. So I was like, let's talk about it. There's another
coived.
Yeah, suit that's being created. And basically what it is this one I feel is more realistic and it's only $175. But all it is it's just like a cover that goes over top of you.
So it's like normal PPE.
Yeah, except it's like a full on like it's huge.
I'll be honest.
It's like something like a basically like a bubble over top of you.
Like putting a trash can over you. No, whenever we talk about COVID, if anyone talks about COVID suits, the only thing I can picture is the condom scene from Naked Gun.
I haven't watched Naked Gun in a long time.
Yeah, that's all I can think of is, remember, if anyone remembers, they, what is it? They want to have safe sex, so they both put on full body condoms and then just like rub against each other for a little bit. Such a good movie.
I wonder, that's how
Leslie Nielsen was a national treasure.
Did he die?
Oh, yeah, he died a while ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, another COVID news that apparently this is a thing that is no bullcrap. This is actually real. This is happening. Yeah. It appears that dogs may be able to detect COVID, like traces of COVID-19 in your system. So basically how this worked is they had figured out that people with it comes from like the dog can smell it like in your sweat glands.
Okay.
So it was found, and if I can find the number again, so I have the exact number, there was what had seemed to be a 90% chance that every time the dog could pick out who had COVID in their system, at the time. I want to find the exact number because it was ridiculously high. So here's like the actual study that they evaluated that if the sweat produced by COVID-19 person had like a different odor, and we could train dogs to detect it, which turns out they could. A total of 18 dogs and a total of 198 armpit sweat samples were obtained from different hospitals for each involved dog. And what it had come down to, they had done 368 trials of it and found that in most cases, the dog actually could pick out who had, like, it was able to determine who had COVID-19. Like COVID-19 samples. So the reason that this is kind of interesting is like man's best friend is now becoming even more our best friends.
Yeah.
But another thing that how I just found out about it today before I came over. Turns out we might actually also have found a steroid that is helping.
Oh yeah.
That might be able to help. So it's I guess that British intelligence have said that they have so much faith in it now due to all the tests, because what they were doing is people that had COVID-19 were suffering very, I'm trying to think of what the word is now, but
greatly.
Yeah, basically the worst symptoms that it was badly affecting them and killing them. They were giving them the steroid, and it was having a better effect at treating them and helping them out. So this information was so like helpful that they decided they're going to give the steroid.
Well, that's cool.
They're using it.
I'm glad we're finding a cure for it, because the police couldn't stop killing people long enough to let the COVID thing go away.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, man.
I don't want to get into this.
That's getting so ridiculous.
It is. All right, I'll get into this a little bit.
We'll get light.
5 black men have been found hung in the last couple of days all throughout the U.S. And every one of them has been ruled a suicide, as if.
That's what I was telling Robin that. It's like, do you know, it's weird. We're not talking about the fact that 5 black people, some of them weren't even men. One of them was a woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of them was a woman.
And there must have been more than 5. They just keep coming up.
So there was, so they found a black, they found different black people around in different, it was all in different states, right?
Yeah, it was across
in
the
different
country.
states, and they were able to confirm they were all protesters. They were all part of protests at some point, and they were all found hung from trees.
Yep.
Lynched from trees.
Yes, and it was ruled a suicide in every case.
Yeah, because when I want to kill myself, I'm going to go down to the local park.
Exactly.
In front of a tree.
Throw a noose over the tree. It's the exact same thing as the whole Russia, Russian intelligence found this guy who happened to deny Putin who killed himself by suicide with 2 gunshot wounds to the back of the head.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
So I have only heard of 3 of them, but if you said you've heard of 5, so that must...
I've heard of at least 5 of them, if not more.
I don't know how we're skipping that, but whatever.
Because we're a pop culture show. We shouldn't really talk about this stuff, but yeah, keep yourself informed, because
definitely
it's getting bad.
Well, the thing is, look, no matter what, we're a pop culture podcast, but also if there are people that are listening to us, some people, at what point, if we were to get even popular, and we had hundreds of people,
popular,
so right now, say right now, I don't know how many people listen to us daily or every podcast, but say
we've about a dozen people that are regular listeners. So let's say
thanks
for your listenership, guys. Tell your friends.
Let's say there's 100 people that listen to us right now. That's 100 people that potentially could either be younger, could be young adults, even kids, and they listen to us, and sometimes they may take what we say and our advice to heart.
Yeah.
That so there's a point when it's like, we don't want to talk about it, and I don't, but we have a responsibility.
Yeah.
That we chose. This is kind of the crappy part of the responsibility of trying to become popular podcasters is we also have a responsibility of our actions now we have to think about our actions no matter what we do. And this is one of those cases where I think this is an action.
Yeah. And again, this is advice that'll fall on deaf ears. Keep in mind that I believe on all new iPhones, there is a feature where if you hold down the volume down and power button for a couple seconds, it enters a lockdown mode where the phone will start recording audio and video, I think, and cannot be unlocked without a PIN. Yes. They can't use Face ID or biometrics. On Samsung, you have to go into the lock screen, security settings, and then turn on lockdown mode. What happens then is if you hold down the power button, instead of giving you like the 3 options that are like power, restart, emergency, there's a 4th one called lockdown. And when you press that, you have to use your PIN or password to open the phone.
Yeah.
It will turn off biometrics.
Also, if you are...
You remember that stuff, practice it a little bit. If you ever get pulled over, make sure to do that. Another one is that if you have an iPhone, you can say, Siri, I'm being pulled over. And she will start recording video.
Isn't it... It's so bad that we
and
have
uploading it directly to the cloud.
It's weird we have to do that.
Yes.
But another thing...
Keep yourself safe out there.
Some advice out there if you're going to protest, like... do not have your phone hooked to Wi-Fi.
Nope.
Do not hook your phone to Wi-Fi.
Preferably don't bring your phone.
Yeah, preferably don't. But yeah.
But
pretty much do not have your Wi-Fi. Do not have Wi-Fi connected. If you can, just put it on airplane mode.
Yep.
That way, cell tower, you can't be found on cell towers. Also, it doesn't really matter anymore because now we have facial recognition software that the FBI uses.
But also turn off your Face ID.
Yeah.
Because in a lot of states, it is legal for the cop to take your phone and hold it up to your face to unlock it.
Yes. And if you...
The Supreme Court's fighting against that right now, I believe.
And if you can, do your best to not put as many people in your in photos at protests.
Yes.
It's very important because now there's some... If you don't like John Oliver, I don't know if it's
indifferent.
He did a fantastic segment that over Sunday that enlightened me enough that there's facial recognition software being used now that can take a picture of me and find pictures of me that were in years ago when I was 16. So try not to put photos of you being at the protests or of anyone else at the protest because we don't want this stuff to get as any worse than it already is. Yeah,
because that's the thing is that like these are so very clearly lynchings.
Yeah.
And it's really obvious who's perpetrating them. Mm-hmm. Is that if it's not straight up the KKK, it is cops. Like, yes. And obviously they're not going to investigate each other.
And again,
because when the state investigates the state or challenges the state,
as your dad put
the state always wins.
Yep, the state will always win.
Yes.
It's crazy out there.
Yeah.
Be safe. Just it's getting crazy.
It is
crazy. It's getting. I feel like I live in the Joker movie. It's getting crazy.
A little bit, yeah. There. It's wild, and yeah.
And just because I say that, don't dress up like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. And try to start riots.
All that being said, I feel like I need to, in the spirit of transparency of what I've seen lately, I feel like I should also mention, don't donate to Black Lives Matter. Donate to the NAACP.
Yes.
Black Lives Matter is real shady. The stuff they're doing, they are demanding you donate, not ask, and every time the leader of it has been asked where the money's going, they've been very obtuse about it. And they are treating it like if you're white and you don't donate, you should feel guilty. No, they are not. They're being very unclear about where their money's going exactly. Mm-hmm. Donate to the NAACP instead.
Now,
they are actually a known organization who is very open about what they do. Mm-hmm. Like, donate to them. Black Lives Matter was a land grab. When the hashtag first came out, a lot of people went and got it set up to be an organization who, in way to make money.
Yeah. Oh, I also forgot Seattle is being taken over right now.
Wait, what?
You hear about this Antifa stuff? Like
Antifa.
Yeah, Seattle is basically being over. They have like a whole couple city blocks just
oh my God.
taken over by these. It's really funny though. Fox, and this is the last political thing. We
gotta wrap this show up.
It's really funny. I keep seeing that Fox had posted a bunch of pictures of like these armed gunmen that were guarding this small, basically faction inside of Seattle that has taken over these blocks. And it turned out and when you realize it's the same guy in the same position, they were like photoshopping the guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson is a terrible person. All right. Let's end this episode because it got
heavy. Thank you guys all for listening.
If Zach was here,
it is weird doing like a plug for all of our stuff and like saying like, hey, we want followers, we want money eventually after all that. But check us out, www.popcultureunboxing.com. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram at Pop Culture Unboxing. you can find me at Matt Ross VO on Twitter.
You can find me at Red Steak Ryan pretty much anywhere as
Yep.
well.
Make sure to tell your friends.
What do
leave
you
us,
get-
leave us reviews on iTunes, and please tell your friends. Like, word of mouth is huge for us.
Yeah. Any
You got a friend who likes Star Wars? Tell them, hey,
these guys can't help but talk about
Yes.
Star Wars all day.
it's in their title every other episode, if not every episode.
But with that, I guess we'll say goodbye. And just real quick, what you just said, I want to make it very clear that, we want to make money off this, but we do enjoy doing this.
We do.
But understand
Those aren't mutually exclusive.
we do want to also make
We want.
money on
I would
this,
love
so
this to become a career.
we would love this to be our what we do for a living.
I feel like that's the first time we've ever explicitly said that on the show. That
Well, yeah, I just
we'd
wanna
love for
make-
this to become a full-time
Yeah,
job.
but I want it to be clear, like, if you're wondering, like, these guys just want our money, kinda.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, you'll be hard pressed to find people who have a hobby or anything like that that aren't kind of wishing they could make money off of it. That's
Yeah.
just reality.
That's why we do it. But we also,
But that could give us. But then that frees us up for more to be more ambitious. Do more stuff.
the reason that we love to do this is allows us to be creative. So if we can do something we love and somehow make money and do it because we love it, then we're gonna do the grind.
Yeah,
It's not
we're on the grind.
I'm never mad
Why'd
that
you
I'm
open
doing
Steam?
it. It was an accident. Goodbye,
We're just
everybody.
gonna close. All right, bye everyone.